But perfectly because we put them in classes. And so we went away on vacation. They kept pulling me in. Mom, come, I can teach you. And I thought, no, I was so scared. And so I made up my mind, that I had to learn. So I applied for PEL classes, which is a swimming program that you can go to hotels and you can do it. And so I started doing that because I could not even put my face in the water.
Oh, yeah.
I was so scared. I would be shaking.
Yeah.
And I've now passed that fear. I'm now able to actually dip my head in and then do sort of my swim on my back with the help of the tutor. But at the same time, I'm looking at YouTube clips as well to sort of learn the skills. Of course, that's not in practice, but at the same time, it's helping me greatly. And so the next time after the pandemic, that we go on vacation with our kids, I could, I can go in and show them what I can do.
Sonia, I learned to swim as an adult as well, and I can't say I'm very good even at this point. So I understand exactly what you had to overcome there.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you so much. Great to hear from you, and I do hope, yes, you get to go on that vacation post-pandemic with your kids and show them what you can do.
Looking forward to it. Yes, it's so great chatting with you.
Yes, you too. That's Sonia in Maple Ridge. My goodness, Tom Vanderbilt, I'll just wrap up with you. What's going through your mind hearing all these stories?
Well, just on that last caller, now I'm so excited to hear that because in the book, for example, I have a story of a 7-year-old woman I met from France on an open water swimming expedition in the Bahamas. I'm not a great swimmer. I'm sort of an improver. I'm trying to get better. But she had only learned to swim about a year ago, a couple of years ago now. But the message is it's never too late. And you're not alone if you think you're the only one that doesn't know how to do something. And she went from struggling in the pool to crushing me in the Caribbean Sea. So, anything's possible. This is the message I'd like to put out there.
Yeah, so if someone feels just, like it's too daunting, I don't have the innate ability, just tell yourself that then and just go right for it?
Yeah, I mean, innate ability is something we sometimes, convince ourselves that must be required, and we hear that with just describing people like singers, but singing is a motor skill, much like a golf serve or a golf putt or a tennis serve or anything else, and you can work at it, practice at it, and get better. And that's basically true of anything, I think.
Okay, well, I better get on those skates then, huh?
Yeah, exactly. especially in Canada,
Yeah, absolutely. I've done a lot of standing by the sidelines, unfortunately, watching my kids. Tom, what a great chat with you. Thank you so much, and really appreciate hearing all your tips, too.
Thank you, Michelle.
Tom Vanderbilt, the author of Beginners, the Joy and Transformative Power of Lifelong Learning. Congratulations to Sonia. You get a copy of the book. And that's it for our show today. Thanks so much to everyone who joined us and called into the program. You can email us, bctoday@cbc.ca. You can download our podcast on the CBC Listen app or on our Twitter feed at BC Today. I'm Michelle Elliott. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great afternoon. Learn something new. We'll talk again tomorrow.
I'm Amy Bell, and here's what's in your CBC Vancouver inbox. On March 8th, join Michelle Elliott and SFU Public Square in a conversation on COVID, motherhood, and paid and unpaid work. Learn more at sfu.ca/public square. And subscribe now to Pieces, CBCBC's new original podcast. Go on a journey with host Jeremy Ratt as he grapples with his Indigenous identity and understands his past. Learn more at cbc.ca/pieces.
What's your story? It's more than where you're from or where you're going. It's in the rhythms of your life, in every beat of your journey. It's in the songs of your family and the tempo of your culture. Everyone has a story, and every place has a sound. I'm Errol Nazareth. Join me on Frequencies, Tuesdays at 6 on CBC Music and the CBC Listen app.
The CBC News is next. Then Mary Hines brings you Tapestry. It happens by some strange consensus. People all over the world having the same obsessions during the pandemic. You know about the sea shanties and the baking. Have you heard about the devotion to the medieval mystic, Julian of Norwich?
This is CBC News from Vancouver. Good afternoon, I'm Robert Zimmerman. A judge has dismissed the province's application for an injunction against 3 churches that have been defying COVID-19 health orders. The justice ruled the province has other ways to stop parishioners from gathering. He points to the Public Health Act that allows fines up to $3 million and jail time for people who violate health orders. U.S. President Joe Biden is promising that any American who wants a COVID vaccine will be able to get one by the summer. The CBC's Lindsay Dunco has more.
The administration announced it would increase the distribution to the states from 11.5 million doses a week to 13.5 million doses. It also announced an expansion of a program to distribute vaccine through pharmacies. Here's how Biden answered a question from CNN's Anderson Cooper.
When is every American who wants it going to be able to get a vaccine?
By the end of July this year. We have now, by the end of July, we'll have over 600 million doses, enough to vaccinate every single American.
This whole vaccination program is a crucial test for Biden's presidency. He's enjoying decent popularity now, but honeymoons do not last long in politics. It is a sell job for his $1.9 trillion rescue package. Republicans think the price tag is too high. Polling suggests most Americans like the spending on vaccines and school openings and direct payments, even if Democrats have to go it alone to get it passed. Lindsay Duncombe, CBC News, Washington.
In international news, a court in India has dismissed a defamation case filed by a member of parliament from the ruling party. He was trying to sue a journalist who accused him of sexual harassment. Neha Punya has the latest.
In its decision to throw out the defamation suit, a Delhi court observed that a woman cannot be punished for raising her voice against sexual abuse. Priya Ramani named MJ Akbar at the height of the Me Too movement in India in 2018. She accused her former boss and the editor of an Indian newspaper of sexual harassment. Soon after, a dozen more women came forward. At the time, Akbar was serving as India's junior foreign affairs minister. He stepped down but denied the allegations and sued Ramani for defamation. Akbar argued he was a man of stellar reputation, but the court countered that even a man of high social status can be a sexual predator. It added that Akbar's right to protect his reputation can't come at the cost of the victim's dignity. Activists say this is a landmark moment for India's Me Too movement and will encourage more women to take on their abusers. Neha Punya for CBC News, New Delhi.
Prince Philip has been admitted to a London hospital. Buckingham Palace says the 99-year-old reported feeling unwell and, as a precaution, will remain under observation for the next few days. The palace says Philip walked into the hospital on his own. And finally, Rush Limbaugh, the controversial conservative talk radio host, has died after a long battle with lung cancer. Kate Fisher has more.
Let me share something that
Rush Limbaugh's nationally syndicated radio show reached about 27 million Americans weekly.